You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Hello, babies. This is Austin Powers, and you're listening to droidscanada.com. Oh, it's very groovy.
I'm on there, go, man. Listen, man. I'm listening to droidscanada.com, man.
I'll tell you, this is Rodney. Droidscanada.com is the only one that gives me respect. Are you kidding?
It's like, I listen to, like, droidscanada.com. These guys are, like, really, they're really cool.
What the hell's droidscanada.com?
They're really, like, really happening, you know?
I don't think so. I think they suck.
Shut up,
Beavis. I'll tell you something, you guys. Droidscanada.com. I'll tell you that when I listen to them fucking guys, I think they're all right. You know what I'm saying, huh? You know, if you want to get some great fucking entertainment, these are the guys you gotta listen to. Droidscanada.com. The fucking guys are celebrating 5 years of podcast greatness.
Warning. Listener discretion is advised.
That means there's a lot of fucking swearing. Hello.
Stranger, I'm here at Nickel City Comic-Con, Buffalo, New York. I have found the one and only internet sensation, the Angry Video Game Nerd. Now, how are you doing today?
Hey, pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Now, if I can just ask a couple quick questions to you. How did you get started with your anger? Was that something that was before being the video game nerd, or did it just kind of come out with your love/hatred of games?
Oh, I guess it starts with childhood with everybody with the games, because that's what they tell me. They say, oh, I remember that game pissed me off, and they relate to it. So it connected with a lot of people, and I didn't know that many people remembered those same games, so it was very surprising. It was really cool to kind of like hit upon a niche like that.
There's so many people out there who have that hatred of certain things, of certain levels of. Now, okay, I see your games that you have. Are these ones here that have been specifically ones that have gotten the, my God, Super Punch Out, I hate that soda Popinski kind of thing?
Yeah, like a lot of these things are from my collection that I'm trying to make space, so I'm getting rid of some stuff. Having two kids, your house fills up very quickly with things. Lots more.
Father of two myself.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Oh my God,
we
have so much crap.
Yeah.
You ever step on a Lego?
Oh, yep. It's like Legos and
it's like a dad. It's like a dad landmine.
Yeah, there's other things too. Like what are some of the? Yeah, I mean anything with a small piece for sure.
Oh
yeah.
Definitely. Now, when it comes to specific consoles, are there any consoles that you kind of have, being the angry video game nerd, a little disdain towards, like such as the ever popular TurboGrafx 16?
Oh yeah, well that one was pretty good from what I remember, but
it only had like 4 games.
Which one? TurboGrafx 16 CD? Oh, or the regular one?
The regular one, the one that had Bonk.
Oh, well, that one's pretty good. That one had a lot of good games from what I remember. Darkwing Duck was pretty bad, but that's a tough one to find bad games because I've tried to do videos about that, and it's just kind of tough to find the bad ones. But as far as ones that I remember being like the worst, I think from what I've reviewed, I think the worst console I might have done was if you count it, the LJN video art. Or I'm trying to remember the name right now.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's crazy. If you look up the video, LJN video art that I did, that'll explain it better. But there's another one I'm thinking about. It's the Tiger R Zone. I think I'm gonna say it's the one where you put it on your head. Well, you remember those Tiger electronic games where you play them and it's got the little like the 2-frame graphics, like I don't even know how to explain it, but
is the one where it's just like a light up of a person here, then here, then here,
like, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Tiger R Zone is basically that, except in red, and you put it over your eye, so you're staring right at it.
So it just gives you a headache and makes you dizzy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I just want to go through a couple consoles. So Nickel City Con 2018. Now, we, Atari, you know, the Atari 2600. Now, I'm going to say my two favorite games, Journey Escape and Plaque Attack. What is your worst rated Atari game?
Worst rated Atari game. Let me think. I keep thinking back to the videos, like which ones have. I'm thinking. What was the worst Atari game I've done? Damn, I'm blanking. Let me think.
We can always skip to Nintendo.
Sure. NES. Well, that one's always Jekyll and Hyde for me. That game was just, it made no sense whatsoever.
See me, I just hated Duck Hunt.
Okay,
because it was a great game. You got the gun, you're shooting the thing, and just kind of like that thing laughs at you. That would kind of piss me off a little bit. You know, that's when I first started my rage. My greatest rage is on Super Nintendo. You have the NHL games. Love the NHL games. NHL 93. You learn the cheesy wraparound move. I literally beat my brother 100 times in a row. He learns the move, beats me one time. I retire as champion, never playing again. Throw the controller on the ground and stomp on it into pieces, and he gives me the "you owe me a controller." That is the most pissed off time I've ever had playing games. So now, for people who may not have seen the Angry Video Game Nerd, I know so many people have because you're pretty huge on the internet. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
On YouTube channel, Cinemassacre. I just looked that up, and that's got it all in there. Or go to my website, cinemassacre.com. That'll help lead you to everything where you want to check out.
Excellent. Now, if we could just do one last question here and do the flip side. Greatest video game of all time, according to the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Well, my personal favorite, at least, is Zelda: Link to the Past on Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo Zelda: Link to the Past. You can come to Comic-Cons like Nickel City and find them with some of the vendors here, or maybe not because that one's so good. But Angry Video Game Nerd, thank you so much for your time, and have yourself a great time here at Nickel City Comic-Con Buffalo.
His eardrums were scientifically altered for world peace. His ears are more finely tuned than yours or mine. He can listen to a podcast from a mile away. He is the most dedicated podcast fan in the world. I do not always listen to podcasts, but when I do, I prefer the Tangent-Bomb Network. Keep listening, my friends.
Dun 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 dun. Salsa shark! We're gonna need a bigger boat!
Throughout history, they have been a part of our Canadian life. Men and women who have made their mission to entertain their fellow man. They've worked hard enough. Isn't it time they had their own podcast?
Droids Canada. This podcast would be great if it wasn't for the internet trolls.
I don't bother them and they don't bother me.
I could do without the bad reviews in the iTunes store. You have that podcast with that guy who was at that Comic-Con in the last year?
You should hear the barrage of the stupid questions I get on our SoundCloud account.
What do you mean there was coughing? How am I going to hear a podcast with coughing?
You feel a lot better if you just rip into the occasional guest.
You're a host who doesn't get paid. You can't just do anything you want while you're recording.
What kind of podcast are you running here anyways?
Droids Canada Podcast present.
You think anyone can see us down here?
Why, you think you want to have sex or something?
Can we?
Droids Canada Podcast. The only show to rip off a Clerks trailer.
You hate people!
But I love Comic-Cons. Isn't it ironic?
This podcast is a proud member of the Points of Interest Podcast Network. Visit us today at poipodcast.com.